Good morning, Wilson. My name is Dooley, and I welcome you to Wison World-Wide. Our first story this week stems from the White House as President Trump has said there will be a forceful response to the recent chemical attacks in Syria. As we all have known for the last couple of years, the country of Syria has been plunged into civil war. The chemical attacks have been a thing of the past for a short while, but as of last week, another chemical attack struck Syria. President Trump has said we have a lot of options militarily, and that has left the country both confused and concerned, since nobody knows what he means by options. We can only assume what the president may do. Here for another story, we send you over to Tatiana Hilario.
Good morning, ladies and gents. I'm Tatiana Hilario here with your weekly update. 3 heroic little boys from England saved a man from taking his own life. 13-year-old Devontae Kafarki, along with 14-year-old Sammy Farah and 12-year-old Sean Young, all noticed a man sitting with a rope tied around his neck at the edge of an overpass and rushed over to help. Once they got a hold of the man who didn't want help, Devontae and Sammy refused to let go of him while Sean ran for help. The police nominated the boys for national awards from the Royal Humane Society, which is a charity that promotes life-saving intervention. If you ever notice someone you think is in need of emotional support, don't hesitate to lend a helping hand. It just may save a life. That's all for this inspirational report. Now back to the desk with Connor.
Thank you, Tati. Now for arts and entertainment, we send you over to Alexis Karl Baum.
Thanks, Connor. Hello, I'm Alexis Karl Baum with your arts and entertainment news. The Weeknd dropped a 21-minute EP Thursday at midnight. The public only found out about the project when he teased album art earlier in the day. My Dear Melancholy, yes, that pesky comma is a part of the name, is the Canadian singer's first project following 2016's Starboy, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. He has also since appeared on the tracks from Kendrick Lamar's Black Panther soundtrack and rapper Trouble's Edgewood. Given his popularity, it makes sense that his EP reached the #1 spot on the iTunes album chart just hours after its release. But listeners who expected something familiar to the pop house vibes of Starboy were likely thrown for a loop. As the name suggests, My Dear Melancholy marks a return for the Weeknd's gloomy mood, which longtime listeners will recognize from his acclaimed 2011 mixtape, House of Balloons. The reason behind much of this sorrow is presumably his most recent ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez. The pair broke up in October, a month after Gomez revealed that she had undergone a kidney transplant. The Weeknd appears to address this in the EP's first track, Call Out My Name, when he sings, I almost cut out a piece of myself for your life. Guess I was just another pit stop till you made up your mind. Gomez and her ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber were photographed together in November, a reunion that we assume contributed to the heartbreaking lyrics. The shade goes further as he begins the third song, Wasted Times I Spent With Someone Else, She Wasn't Even Half of You. The song seems to be directed to his previous ex-girlfriend, supermodel Bella Hadid, which would make Gomez the dreaded someone else in this equation. Fans seem to believe Privilege is about Gomez too, as he begins the pre-chorus with, and I don't want to hear that you are suffering no more. That's all I have for today, Wilson. I'm Alexis Karl Baum, and we're going to take it back to the desk with Connor.
Thank you, Lexi. Now for another story containing to tech and gaming, here is Cottrell Staton.
Hey guys, so for the first story, the most viewed video on YouTube, Despacito, has been hacked. The video originally posted by Vivo has been changed to view men in baby masks holding fake weapons in the camera. It was right away taken down by YouTube, claimed that they don't know what happened or how this happened. They're on their way to make sure this never happens again. If you want more on this, you can go and read this on the Verge website. Next, Leap Motion designed a $100 reality headset with super powerful hand tracking. Here's a clip on that. That's all for this segment. Now back to the desk with Connor.
Thanks, Cottrell. Now for another story. Last Wednesday, a military plane crash in Algeria has left over 250 dead and many more injured. It is not clear what caused the crash, but what is known is that the plane crashed very shortly after takeoff, and 247 military personnel and their families, along with 10 crewmen, were killed in the crash. This is the single deadliest plane accident since 2014, when all 298 passengers were killed on a Malaysian Airlines aircraft that was shot down. That's all that has come from this story as of now, but to end out your week with your final story, here is Ethan Asiatico with sports.
Good morning, Wilson. My name is Ethan Asiatico with Sports News. The LA Lakers went up against the Houston Rockets. The Los Angeles Lakers called up Andre Ingram from the G League and signed him for the two final games of the regular season on Monday. They were in desperate need of another body on the wing to fill in the void left with Brandon Ingram, concussion protocol, Lonzo Ball, left knee contusion, and Kyle Kuzma, sprained left ankle. They were all out to do injury. After a decade of traveling the country by bus and plane, staying in affordable hotels in small cities while having to tutor youngsters in math on the side just to keep his NBA dream alive, Ingram finally played in an NBA game at age 32. Ingram couldn't have imagined of the kind of NBA debut. Even in his wildest dreams, it was once in a lifetime, said Ingram, who was still in after the game. Ingram, a 6'3" guard who holds the all-time G League record for most three-pointers made, drilled his first 4 shots Tuesday night, including 3 from behind the arc, and finished with 19 points and 3 blocks in the Lakers' 105-99 loss to the Houston Rockets. He finished 6 for 8 from the field, including 4 for 5 from three-pointers. And he sent the Staples Center crowd into a frenzy with each shot made, even being serenaded with the MVP chants with the actual MVP frontrunner, Rockets guard James Harden, on the same floor. That is all for I have for you today. My name is Ethan Asiatico, and I'm back to the desk with Connor.
Thank you very much, Ethan. That's all we have this week on Wison World-Wide. As always, for Tatiana Hilario, Cottrell Staton, Alexis, Karl, and Ethan Asiatico, my name is Connor Dooley, and I wish you all a great week.